Hello and welcome to example 2 for the sine law. This question asks for the perimeter of the triangle. And if you want to recall, a perimeter of a triangle is adding up all the different sides of the triangle. And fortunately, most of our work is already done for us. We already know two sides of the triangle, we just have to find out what that third side is, and that's a question mark. I should probably use a pen for. Okay, so in order to find out what this side is, we're going to have to be able to find out, I guess, other things about this triangle, because I don't even know this angle here. So I guess we're going to solve for x here, because they've kind of given us a hint there. So I'm going to name this triangle so I know what's going on. And I'm going to name it something different than ABC, because in your homework, it could be named something different. So we have triangle FAM, and we can write out the corresponding formula for this. So I'm going to be solving for an angle first, so I'm going to write the angles on top. So sine of big F over small f equals sine of angle A over side A, and sine of angle M over side M. Okay, and now that we've chosen the sine law, we can fill in what we know. I do not know what angle F is, so I'm going to leave that as angle F. We have side F over here, which is 14. Angle A, unknown. Length of A is going to be also unknown, so that's going to be A. Angle M is 80, and side M is 16. And so the next step is to choose two of these three expressions here. I'm going to choose F because I want that. And I'm definitely not going to choose this one because there's no givens here. We don't know angle A or side A. This is not going to be useful for helping us find angle F. I'm definitely going to choose the one with all numbers here because I can now combine these two together and create an equation that I can solve. So sine F over 14 equals sine 80 over 16. And now I solve for F. First thing I'm going to get rid of is the dividing by 14. The opposite of dividing by 14 is multiplying by 14. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 14 here. And I know I can punch this. I should use the word punch. I know I can plug this into my calculator. And so I know that's just a number. I'm going to continue solving for F and isolating for F. So what's the opposite of sine? The opposite of sine is the sine inverse. So what I do to one side, I'm going to do the other side. So I'm going to write this out over here. And remember that the sines, sine inverse and sine, are opposite operations. And we'll just be left with angle F. So what we want to do is we're taking the sine inverse of all of this. Sine of 80 times 14 over 16. Now some of you guys may not like this. You might prefer to just find out what this number is first and then sine inverse. But that's exactly what I'm going to do first here. That's why it's in brackets. I'm going to write down in my calculator, type into my calculator, sine of 80 times 14 equals, divided by 16 equals, it has all those decimal places. I'm not rounding. And I'm going to take the sine inverse of this whole, that whole decimal number without having to use the store button. And I get an exact answer because I never once rounded. I never once took it off. So that's 59.508 ... And now, this is a degree. This is angle F. And we cannot round it because we need to only round at the very end. We need to keep every single decimal place because it's important to maintain accuracy throughout the answer. Okay, and it's especially important once you start rounding in the middle of your answer. Their final answer is going to be different and wrong, especially if you start rounding degrees. Degrees are a very sensitive unit that will really affect things. Okay, so now I know what angle F is, And I know that it hasn't helped me find the perimeter just yet, but it's the only thing I could find so far. But once I have this angle, and now I have this angle, I can actually find out what angle A is using 180 degrees, because angles in a triangle add up to 180. Angle A is going to be equal to 180 minus 80 minus 59.508 dot dot dot, the whole thing. And so I'm going to keep that number, 59.5. I didn't clear it off my calculator, and I'm going to add 80 to it. And then subtract 180 from that. And we have 40.49. And I also have not rounded yet. Okay. And so I have this accurate answer, and I'm going to have to store this one because I'm going to have to use this later on. So I'm going to store this under B for myself. I'm going to put a little marking there for myself. Okay, so now we have to find out the last portion here. We have to find out what side A is going to be. So to find out what side A is going to be, we have to use sine law again because this is not a 90-degree triangle. So I'm going to write this sine law out, but in this case I'm solving for a side, so I'm going to write out the sides on top. So f over sine f equals to a over sine a and m over sine m. That's an m. Okay, let's write down what we know. So side f is 14. Angle F is 59.508 dot 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 equals to, and we do not know what side A is. We know what angle A is going to be. That's going to be 40.49. And M, side M is 16. And angle M is 80. And I'm going to highlight what we want. We need to find out what A is, so I'm definitely going to be choosing this. And we can either choose this one or this one, actually, because we have numbers for both. I'm just going to choose this one because this is easier than all those decimal numbers, so I'm going to choose these two to solve for. It does not matter what you choose. Okay, so I'm going to write it down. A over sine 40.49 dot 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 equals to 16 over sine 80. And here we need to solve for A here, so the opposite of dividing by sine 40.49 is multiplying by sine 40.49. So times sine 40.49 dot dot dot, which is also known as B. I stored it under B there, just for my own reference, and divide by sine 80. So what I'm going to put in my calculator now is going to be 16 times sine, recall B. Because I have every single decimal place for that 40.49 dot 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 there. I'm going to press equals and then divide by sine 80, and we have our final side length, which is going to be 10.5495 dot dot dot. Okay, so that's the exact right answer given the numbers that they've given us. And then we're going to round according to what they have. So every number they've given us has no decimal place, so we'll have no decimal place as well. So this will be 10.5, because 4 you round, you don't round. So this is 10.5. There's no units, so I'm going to write down units. Okay. So now we can find the perimeter. The perimeter of the triangle is going to be 16 plus 14, plus 10.5495. I shouldn't have rounded until the very end of the question, which is this part here. So we actually shouldn't be doing that just yet. So cross that out. 10.549. I still luckily have that in my calculator, plus 30, or plus 14, plus 16, sorry, which is going to be 40.5495 dot dot dot. And we have not rounded yet, but we can round now. This is the final answer. This is the only appropriate time. So this will be 41 units. is the perimeter. So therefore, the perimeter is 41 units long. Okay, just want to say one more thing. You don't have to use the correct formula of the sine law. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you choose the angles on top or the sides on top. It doesn't matter. You can always use this version of the sine law, and you will always have get the same answer. Likewise, if I did this question with only this version of the sine law with the angles on the bottom or the angles on the top, it doesn't matter. I'm still going to get the right answer. So don't sweat it if you are choosing the wrong formula. None of them are wrong. Just one of them will lead to extra work, and you'll have to multiply by the denominator. Okay, so how did we do this question? First thing we did was we were told that we had to find the perimeter of the triangle. This part was unknown, but we couldn't find it directly just yet. We had to find out this angle first, and we did that by writing out the sine law first, filling in what we know. Once we have what we know, we choose two of the three. So we chose this one and this one. This one we chose because it has all the numbers. This one has the unknown that we're looking for. And I'm going to put arrows there. And we have an equation with only two expressions. And we solve for f. Multiply both sides by 14, sine inverse, and making sure we don't round. We kept every single decimal place. We got an angle for f. Then we brought that over here and used the same sine law equation, just the other version because we're solving for a side, and plugged in what we know. In this case, we could have chosen, we have to choose this one because we want to know what A is to find out that last side of the triangle. We could have chosen this, and we would still get it right. It'll still give you the same answer. And I chose this one because it's just accurate, right? This involves more calculator button pushing. So I chose these two and made my equation from here and isolated for A and got an answer for A, then plugged it into the perimeter formula, which is just adding up all the different sides. Okay, so I hope that helps. If you have any questions, please see me on Google Chat or an email. Thank you for listening to this video, and we'll see you next time.